Hi, I'm Kass, and this is Honey.
And we're regular Canadians enjoying the weed. And we are here with the one and only Tedsmith.
Hi.
He is one of the founders of the Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club and an activist and a great human.
Well, I guess I've been involved in cannabis now as an activist for 24 years. I started smoking when I was 16 and sold a little bit of hash in high school and university, but after graduating in Ontario, I really like that. I came out west and stumbled across a group called Hempology 101. So back in '95, I started to educate people about cannabis and prohibition, and then started to meet sick people. And that's when I met a baker who made cookies and brownies and started up the Cannabis Buyers Club here, just in a van with a pager and a pamphlet. And, yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
And then, in the last 24 years, it's been quite a journey, both with my work with Hempology that really no longer continues, but I did a range of things, from teaching a free non-credit lecture series at the university for years, where we had a student club, to writing a textbook and having all sorts of conventions. And we published a Cannabis Digest newspaper for years that was a national newspaper. And then the Cannabis Buyers Club has had its own incredible history, where we've been raided by the police 5 times in our various facilities. We've beaten all 15 trafficking charges against me and the staff, including going to the Supreme Court of Canada and winning a unanimous decision to make cannabis extracts legal for patients. And so
I have read a little bit about that, and I've actually read a little bit about your, life and your commitment to activism and just your commitment to helping people. Like, it's honestly moving, because the world needs people like you.
Thank you. It's been an incredible journey, and not over yet. It's like I'm entering a whole new phase of it with Prohibition 2.0 coming on. I find it so sad how legalization has literally nothing to offer for patients of benefit, and in many ways, many of the services and opportunities that they had before under Prohibition have been taken away or will be taken away from them.
Even the impending dosage of edibles, like, that is just not a reasonable dosage level. 10 milligrams, it's just an insultingly low number and absolutely ridiculous.
And it's one of the main reasons why our club will not be complying anytime soon until the THC limits are up. Switching from edibles to smoking, just this week we had a meeting with Island Health and VCBC about the smoking room itself.
I really want to talk to you about this,
and
yes.
So, it's something that the Clean Air Act in Victoria, the Capital Region District, has virtually no exceptions that we can apply for here. And so that was why we were smoking cannabis on the front steps of the BC legislature this year. We'd rather be at Royal Athletic Park, but there's no mechanism in law for that to happen. And so we've actually somehow been able to stand our ground here in a way that Island Health isn't going to fine us, and we're being given time to submit a plan where over the next 4 to 6 months we will both work on getting Island Health to, actually they first need to create a variance process, and then we'll apply for that, and then hopefully be able to get it. We're hoping that we can create a process that really opens the door for all of these other places to be able to have facilities like this.
And I mean, look at this place. Like, we've been here for a very short amount of time, and so many people have come through here to quietly enjoy, visited some friends, said hi. This is a family. It's like the heart and soul of your club.
Oh yeah.
And you need this place.
Yeah.
It really is so, topical and embodied all of that exact violence and stuff that we've been talking about too, that it's so ridiculous that they've legalized cannabis, but they're still forcing us underground and to be ashamed and hide it when they don't provide any place where you can publicly smoke, except for on the sidewalk. If you want us to be responsible and to be, good cannabis enjoyers, good, responsible people, give us that place.
A lot of good friendships have developed around this place.
Definitely.
Including your own relationship.
He runs a bar.
Gail. yeah, in many ways, I might not have met Gail without the smoking room, although she was volunteering a lot too, but as a member and as a staff person, she spent a lot of time in the smoking room with people, and yeah, it was basically. After Gail passed away, I tried to keep going and actually quit cannabis activism at a certain point. I was down and out, and after that I decided to start a tea company in Gail's honor. Gail was a herbalist and knew a lot of things about medicine and foods, but when she worked here, people would tell her their various medical problems, so she'd tell them what cannabis products were best, and then she would design a tea for them often. So I've got teas for kidneys, for lungs, a few different ones for lungs. This one here is for chemotherapy, for people going through chemotherapy. I've got like a migraine tea, I've got blood cleansing teas, I've got, there's 32 in total different recipes using 65 different herbs. Some of them I would learn from just following her, and now I'm learning on my own, but the tea recipes are hers for sure.
What a lovely way to honor her
Yeah.
memory. I mean, just absolutely beautiful.
It really is. That's, I think, a powerful thing to be working so intimately with nature, land, and making something that is so powerful and healing. And I think it's also very relevant, with cannabis, with healing, sort of presence you have, and I imagine that she did as well. It's incredible. Yeah, check that out. And so, Hepology 101, what did that look like? Like, describe to me what is
it started where every Wednesday night at 7, I would pick a spot downtown Victoria where we would go and smoke pot, and I would educate people.
Yeah. Oh,
and so at first I was pretty, uneducated myself, and I would just show up with some books and pamphlets and smoke joints and talk with the people that showed up. But after a while, I would get everybody in a circle and smoke them roach joints while I told them the weekly updates. And so that went on for 12 years and had an incredible path in and of itself, because we smoked pot in almost every single place you could gather publicly in downtown Victoria. We learned how to hotbox buildings by putting the curtains up in front. And so we hotboxed the Ministry of Health, we hotboxed City Hall, we hotboxed the Canada Customs House. We had a great hotbox we had set in the front steps of the courthouse. And so we would meet at the front steps of the courthouse often. I'd have like costume contests on Halloween, and then we'd hotbox the steps underneath. And Canada Day, we'd hotbox the courthouse too. And then at one point, I developed a game show called Reach for the Pot, and I could both educate people and update them, as well as have fun and have like a joint rolling contest and do all sorts of crazy things. To show you, I've got some old news clippings in my scrapbooks that I can show you guys too.
Oh my goodness.
Now we're gonna
get
go
some
and
good pictures of
snoop
that.
around this fabulous
Before
place.
we do that, I also want to give you a copy of our strategic plan.
Yes.
Because we were talking about what's happening with all the regulations, and a lot is up in the air, and so we've written this to help people understand the history behind our club and what's happening and the legal situation that we're in, and some of our strategies for dealing with that. So
This is amazing.
I'm so glad that you gave that to us, because I just saw on Instagram that it was coming out, and I have to say, we've been talking a lot about how impressed and inspiring you are to us as a cannabis activist in the healing sense, but I also am a huge fan of like the way you've navigated the legal system. It's really, I'm the daughter of two lawyers, and I'm very like into it, and like
How are you doing it?
Well, and I
wizardry.
Well, and I think it really has like, unfortunately, it's frustrating, but the world we live in, like, it's a very, very powerful tool, and I really just respect and admire the way you've done it. And thank you all, you guys. Like, sorry to overtake the
Hey, this was filmed before our live studio audience. We're real celebrities now.
The laughing in the background is real.
Yeah, laugh track.
And what have we got here?
Well,
The book is solid at all.
my brainchild.
It's amazing how much you must have learned over the years. I mean, once you start out, you kind of just have this like basic knowledge like we have. Like we know a couple things, but the more people we meet and the more stuff we learn, it's just like,
and it really blows your mind and makes you realize how crazy the laws are, you know? Like when you have those facts.
It's been an incredible learning curve, and I'm still learning more. With legalization and other factors at play, people are still experimenting and sharing their ideas and coming up with both new plants and new medicines making from plants, and then new things that we can do, you know, kind of socially as well. It's fun. So
everyone, be sure to check out tedsmith and everything that they're doing at the Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club. It's incredible. Thank you for watching Canada, and remember to enjoy responsibly.
don't die high. That lighter case, by the way, did somebody make you that?
What? You did? Are you kidding? Because I was just
She's
like,
got one for sale
are you
here,
kidding me?
too.
Did you hear during the filming? I was like,
all freaking day long.
Oh, you
How
did?
much are they?
you can buy them, bro.
Thank you.
oh my god.
That's funny.
It's funny. During the filming, I was like, oh, I like your lighter, but we were still talking. Oh my god.
I love them. Look at these lighters.
That is so funny.
Look at that. Oh, let's turn it the right way. There we go.
Oh my god. Seriously, they're
world.
amazing. This is the cannabis
This is
community.
like-
Honestly,
yeah.
this is